No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
Hey everyone, welcome back to M&M Sister Radio Show. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Melissa.
And today's topic is going to be about TV, a comedy show that is new from 2015. And the show is called
Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
And today's episode is about camping with Josh.
Camping with Josh. Okay, so this show, essentially, if you do not know about it, I suggest you stop listening to this and go and, find it on Hulu or some kind of outlet to find the show and catch up.
There might be some episodes on CW.
Yeah, CW.com. You can go there, or Hulu if you have that. Catch up first, and then come back to this podcast, and we will now discuss what the last episode was about. But essentially, the show in its whole is about a girl named
Rebecca, who's in love with
Josh. So that was her high school sweetheart from camp. Essentially, they met at camp. They formed a relationship at camp.
They were around 15 or 16.
15 or 16, yeah. And after camp, they went their separate ways. And she's always had a heart for him. She's always had a love for him. Even after many, many years later. And she became a very successful lawyer in New York City. And on the first pilot episode, she stumbles across him in New York City street. Character Josh Chang, right? Is it Josh Chang? Josh Chan. And
he is basically...
He basically tells her in New York, randomly he meets up with her and they're like, oh, hey, it's nice to see you. Remember you from the camp days back when they were kids. And so he basically tells her about West Covina and how he moved back there and has a great life there. And she is in the middle of a mental breakdown from work and stress and everything. So she has an epiphany that she needs to go back to West Covina and live there.
Mainly because Josh said that West Covina is a very happy, calm place.
He basically pitched it like it was
paradise.
Like it was, something like Sunnyvale, Barbie Land. He essentially pitched it to her originally in New York. He was like, yeah, I'm moving back and it's the greatest place ever. And she had epiphany and she's like, oh my god, she felt like she was still in love with him, just seeing him even after all those years. And then so she decides to pack everything up and move to West Covina. She has this small apartment and she works at a small law firm and she's basically stalking him, which sounds crazy, but hence the name of the show, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. But it works because it's hilarious at the same time, because the comedy and mixed within the musical numbers, it just works perfectly. It's so well executed.
It's very, not only relatable,
no,
realistic.
Not for me.
And not relatable. It's the whole entire awkwardness is relatable. She's so awkward. She's very awkward, and I think a lot of people can relate to that.
I'm an awkward person. I'll be the first to admit that. But I can't even talk. But her awkwardness is to a 10.
Level.
Literally, they over exaggerate it, which makes it that much more hilarious. You're like, why are you saying that? Why are you word vomiting? Why are you doing that? Oh my god. You're just kind of looking at her like, are you kidding me?
Another thing, a lot of people know people like that. That's what's relatable. We all have that one friend who's kind of out there, awkward. And then Josh is the complete opposite of that. Josh is so cool and chill, the surfer skater boy that everybody wants to hang with.
Mm-hmm.
What episode was it when they had a party and he just came and made it so awesome? Was it the first episode, the pilot?
No, it was. I think it was either. He's a hottie for sure.
Very outgoing, very confident.
So,
but a bit of an airhead. Let's admit it.
Yeah, he's kind of clueless when it comes to obviousness, and I think that's the whole point of his character, is to be kind of this. He's not bozo really, but yeah, he's a bit of an airhead, but he's
almost innocent,
charming. He's innocent in that lack of. He's naive. That's what it is. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah. So in the first episode, that was titled "Josh Just Happens to Live Here," which basically follows Rebecca as she moves into West Covina, and she's basically stalking Josh. She's trying to get into his inner circle, so she finds a local bar that just so happens to be Josh's local bar. She becomes friends with the local bar guy, and he like totally has a crush on Rebecca. But she's oblivious to that, as we can see. That's her naiveness, is that she doesn't see that Greg has a crush on her, and he works at the bar and everything like that, and he knows Josh because he's good friends with Josh. It's one of his best friends, and so she gets to know the town a little more and all Josh's hangouts and things like that, and his little friends, and then she meets the current girlfriend.
Oh, yeah.
She meets the current girlfriend at a grocery store. I thought that was really executed really well because she looked all like Rebecca looked really, casual.
She looked like a mad mess.
She looked like a hot mess.
Yeah, mad mess.
She's wearing sweats, hair in bun, and she just wanted some ice cream from the local convenience store. And she runs into Josh and his girlfriend, and they're like all decked out and dressed up. And so she sees who she's competing with, essentially, or going to be competing with. And the girl just gives bad vibes. Her name is Valencia. And she's just bad vibes. She's instantly like, wow, catty, to poor little Rebecca. But Rebecca doesn't faze her because she's like, you know what? I'm going to become this girl's friend. That way I could be in Josh's inner circle.
And that's the first episode.
I just scratched the surface. The next one is Josh's girlfriend is really cool, which essentially is about Josh's girlfriend. Rebecca discovers that she's a yoga instructor. So, of course, she's trying her hardest to become her best friend so she can be in Josh's world. So she becomes obsessed with learning everything about Josh's girlfriend, and that's what she finds out, that she's a yoga instructor, and so she tries to take a class. She essentially fails at that, and that girl just basically shows that Valencia basically shows that she is better. She's trying to act like she's better than Rebecca, and like basically don't touch my man kind of vibes. So on the third episode, it's the funniest one, I think. It's about Rebecca's, her awkwardness towards having her own party, because essentially the show shows what happened to her when she was a child, that she got really traumatized with her own parents, and having embarrassed her whenever she would have a social gathering with her friends. So she always stayed away from that. And so this is her opportunity to have a social event as an adult. And she was really terrified about that. Yeah, so Josh helps her with her party. And that is the episode that really showcased him. From there on, all the episodes were cool. Like, there's the episode where she goes to Thanksgiving with Josh's family. Like, how she got invited is a story of its own. But obviously we don't have time for that. Well, that was hilarious. She basically runs into his mom and invites herself, basically. Yeah. And she tries to not sabotage, but she knows that Valencia is public enemy number one, and she needs to get rid of her. And she put up a good fight, but Valencia has this claw over him. What do you think? Over Josh?
Yeah, she's intimidated and jealous.
So from there, they went to the beach and stuff like that, and that was like the previous episode for the episode that we watched this last week. It was basically, again, Rebecca trying her hardest to, win all the friendship over, and I thought it was kind of sad to see that she would have to go through all that trouble just to be their friend.
She tries too hard.
Yeah, she tries too hard.
She should have just went in the car with everybody.
What she did is rented a party bus and basically bribed everyone into going with her. And then she did something really awkward. Was the awkwardness that just sealed it for the awkward of, oh my god, this girl is a nutso.
Pole dance.
She pole danced, and that was so awkward and funny to see, because she felt like that was her last resort to do, is to pole dance of all things, people.
While all this is happening, you have all these other characters in the bus. Communicating, connecting, and leaving her out. You got Greg and what's that girl's name? Hannah?
Her neighbor, Hannah. Essentially, Greg totally has a crush on Rebecca, and he's taking it out on her, you could tell. Mm-hmm. I don't know where that's going to go.
I don't know if he's using Hannah.
I feel like he's using Hannah, but I feel like he's falling in love with her at the same time, so I have no idea.
Hannah's definitely in love with Greg.
For sure, but
and then
Greg has a bruised ego and a bruised heart.
Yeah.
from what Rebecca did.
And then on the bus, Josh and Greg end up getting in a fight over Rebecca.
And Valencia takes notice, and she's like, admit it, Rebecca, admit you're stalking in love with my boyfriend. And she's like, she comes up with a complete crazy lie that the real reason why she's in West Covina.
It wasn't really a
It
lie.
was partly true,
She just
but
left out
she just left out the part about Josh.
about her being in love.
Because that would be too weird if she were to admit to that.
Yeah.
So that leads us to the episode that we just saw.
No, that was actually a really good episode.
Oh, you want to continue?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that was probably one of my favorite episodes because it felt like a roller coaster. And Valencia just trying to sabotage Rebecca, and Rebecca just being so smart that she was able to turn it into a good thing, and Josh was able to show that he was compassionate and caring and was glad that she came to West Covina for him, or because of him, basically.
Not that he was glad she came for his nice city that he raved so much about.
Yeah.
And he was happy to have her in his company, essentially. And he basically like ignored Valencia because she's batshit crazy.
Yeah. She's like an ape. A wild
She
animal.
would attack you. And he knows that. I don't know where him and Valencia are actually going, which is really dumb because I think they're like engaged or something now.
No, but apparently they've been together since before the camp.
Mm-hmm.
Like she was his first girlfriend, and then Rebecca came when they broke up one time.
They are such an odd match to me because I don't know. Josh seems really nice and
Chill.
but chill and everything, and she just seems like
controlling. She seems like
she seems very controlling and wicked, like very mean.
like almost like she could be his mom in
Yeah.
a weird way. Like she treats him like her son. And that's weird. But then at the same time, Josh changes the way he is when he's with her. He acts all weird and
Yeah, she definitely has a hold over him, so I don't know how that's gonna play out in future episodes.
oh, and then side note, let's talk about the boss. What's his name? Daryl and White Josh.
White Josh, oh my god, I thought White Josh was so cute because like okay, White Josh came on another show called The Middle, which we will be talking about sometime in another episode, in future episode of this show, of this radio show. But yeah, White Josh is a hottie McHottie, cute tea. Like, I was crushing.
I think he reminds me of Matthew Lawrence. Like they could be brothers. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's basically a Matthew Lawrence of today.
Yeah, if you don't know who the Lawrence brothers are, you are definitely way too young or out of the loop. But anyway, back to White Josh. He's cute and everything like that, and he played a really good role, a recurring role on The Middle. I wonder if he's still going to be on that. I'm not too sure. But anyway, him on this show, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, excuse me. He played a very macho role where he's very manly, but in that episode where Rebecca has a party bus, I saw vibes that lean
You
towards
called it out. You said it.
towards like he was acting kind of gay.
Totally.
And I'm not trying to offend any of the gay community out there if you're listening or anything. I'm just saying.
There were gay-ish.
Tendencies.
What is it? I don't even want to know what it's called. It's like he was flirting with another guy.
He's flirting with
Yeah.
another guy, so that's gay. Yeah. He was showing homosexual tendencies like that. Very subliminal. I'm not sure if I'm the only one that saw that, but it was kind of obvious. And I pointed it out.
You sort of thought Daryl had a little bit of feminist attitude or
Yeah.
a way about him.
Daryl was just really into that guacamole dip he made or whatever, and I was like, seemed like a housewife almost.
Yeah. So
That takes us to the next episode, which is the last episode that we watched, episode 10, titled "I'm Back at Camp with Josh," and take it from here.
This is where Josh and Rebecca met at camp, so they have an opportunity to go back in time and relive that whole experience with one another. So that's what tonight's episode was about. Okay, so Rebecca finally, on the last episode, admitted the truth. She stopped being in denial. She admitted that she's in love with
Partial, the
Josh.
truth, partial.
No, she admitted to
Oh, you meant to her friend.
herself and to her friend,
To her friend, yeah. And her friend was like, repeat that. I thought that was funny. What was her name?
Paula. So finally, she admitted. She said it. She's accepting it. That's why she's in town for Josh. She's in love with Josh. So on the first scene of this episode is Rebecca and Paula having lunch at a
outside cafe.
Yeah, their favorite cafe where Josh usually hangs out.
Surprise, surprise.
They're talking about how she's in love with Josh and everything, and surprise, Josh comes.
Josh appears and he's buying bobas, those drinks for all.
Or
and
like 10 of them or something.
10 drinks essentially, and Becca, being nosy body that she is, she's like, well, who are those for? And he's basically like, for children that I take care of or something. The campers, yeah. That he's been doing for years, and it's tradition, and he buys them boba drinks apparently.
So, Paula tells Josh basically, well, if you need another person to help with this camp, I know somebody, it's Rebecca. She's great with that. So Rebecca signs up with the director of the camp, pays a big sum of money just to be
a lump sum.
a lump sum of money to be the women's empowerment director. And she ends up being
she weasels her way into camp.
Able to go to camp.
And this camp is actually for, I think, underprivileged or like, what are they? They're like juvenile looking.
Delinquents.
Juvenile delinquent, not kids. Well, they're kids. Like, but they weren't like 8 years old. They're like good 17, 16 years old.
Yeah.
And so, and they were bad seeds, most of them seemed like.
So rude. Let's just put it this way, I want to slap them. I want to just like yell at them. And
very rude children.
They were so mean to Rebecca, it was ridiculous. The girls especially, oh my gosh.
The disrespect from these girls, I mean, I understand they were raised in an environment where they were, probably, disrespectful to any authoritative figure or even their own parents. So it wasn't really surprising, but it was
shocking to see them treat Rebecca like that.
That was like, wow, I can't believe Rebecca handled it well, being the good sport that she always is.
She was able, to a certain point, she was able to handle their rude criticism and mocking her. So, in the beginning, she's like very close to getting a really cool selfie with Josh, and they were interrupted. In the very beginning, that stood out for me.
Oh yeah, when he's like getting a selfie at the lunch table, he's like, "No."
No, at the bus.
In the bus?
Yeah, in front of the bus. They were like an inch away from taking a picture.
But something distracted them, I forgot what.
The boys were like, come on.
Yeah.
Josh. So that was her one opportunity to get a cool selfie picture, and that didn't play out, so.
Because selfies in this day and age are very important.
Yeah.
Selfies didn't happen, basically.
If she could get a good selfie with him, then that's something she could hold on to, something she could post.
I'm not sure why she wanted. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm saying, is she wanting that selfie to, like, shove it in Valencia's face?
Yeah, there's a reason for that.
Is it, like, some kind of agenda behind this?
No, they kind of showed a flashback of a photo of the two of them. Did you see that picture? He didn't look into it, she looked into it. So it was kind of like a tradition. Let's take a picture really quick.
I'm sure it was a tradition. Or maybe she has more devious ideas than we assume. I don't know. It could go either way.
Yeah. And then he could post the picture and Valencia would see it.
I doubt he would ever post it.
Yeah, he posted it. Okay, so enough with the selfie. Let's go to the next thing. Let's see.
She has allergic reaction later on the show, which is funny because I didn't know she would be allergic to anything, but she's allergic to, of all things, mosquitoes. Which is hilarious because you would think if someone is allergic to mosquitoes are essentially everywhere. And if you're allergic to mosquitoes, they literally come out at dusk. And you would think she would always have an EpiPen if she was that severely allergic to it, but apparently not. I guess the writers thought it would just be funny for her to get some sort of reaction, and they went for mosquitoes.
And meanwhile...
So that distracted everything. That kind of put a monkey in the wrench.
Yeah. Well, meanwhile, like, Greg is over there with Hannah, having a sleepover with her and hanging out and doing everything. And she admits to Greg that she's in love with him, or she likes him, in her own way. Her own kind of...
creepy,
cool,
like, mysterious.
Slow, yeah, cool.
She's like, so, like, I'm so stoned. Type of.
Yeah, kind of a stoner voice or something.
You know how stoners usually sound like that? They're, like, really slow, and they talk like that. They're, like, actually No.
Kind of a stoner, California stoner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much her. So, yeah, I think that is her. One of the parties she got somebody stoned. Okay, so Hannah and Gabe are hooking up, and he's basically saying, you know what, I have commitment issues. I don't want to be with you, and he runs away. He ends up going to the bar and hanging out with the guys, and they end up watching a fight. How far are we? 30 minutes. Okay, so the boys end up going with Daryl to his apartment to see a fight, and things aren't going that well because it's getting kind of boring. So Daryl goes online and gets a bunch of girls to the house.
Okay, next thing we know, he's in the kitchen, y'all. I don't know where this ghetto-ness is coming from, but anyway.
Okay, after the party, after everybody leaves.
Josh is leaving.
Wait, let's talk about the scenery. What's happening?
Okay, let's start over.
Okay.
So, after Daryl has this little party of him trying to make friends with the guys and be one of the guys, White Josh sticks around, and he's the only one left at his place, and at Daryl's place, and as he's leaving...
He's, like, washing dishes.
He's washing dishes and everything.
And having a nice conversation.
And as he's like, yo, I need to go, or whatever, he's leaving, and he kisses Daryl on the cheek. He kisses him on the cheek, and I'm like,
I mean,
what?
we were just like...
And I was like, we were like, what? But I was like, knew it. But I was like, no, because he's mine.
Oh my god, I could not believe that. Daryl, he took it fine. He didn't seem mad. He didn't seem
disgusted.
He didn't seem angry. He didn't seem happy. He just was kind of just like, okay.
So I don't know if they're going to push their relationship or what.
Well, we'll go back to that at the end. Let's go back to Rebecca.
Meanwhile, after Rebecca had her major, mosquito attack, allergic reaction.
She has a few minutes before sunset.
She has a few minutes before the sun sets, and she's on that rock place that everyone goes to and knows is a well-known, like...
a hookup place, basically.
Yeah.
And
viewpoint, too, because you can oversee everything, and it looks so beautiful. And there she was having her beautiful moment with Josh just before the sun. But she looked pretty jacked up because, she's had a major allergic reaction.
And the girls dragged her from the place to the nurse's office. So she's all filthy and dirty. Her hair has, like, stuff in it.
Weeds.
So she busts out her...
selfie camera.
No.
Oh.
She busts out her letter to Josh that she wrote 10 or 12 years ago.
Oh, and she starts to read it, and I'm, like, holding my cheeks like I am right now. And I'm like, why?
I'm just
what?
like, no.
But they took their selfie first, no?
No. After.
Okay. So then I'm just holding my cheeks. I'm like, are you serious, girl? Just don't. Just shush. Just shush.
Like, what are you doing, Rebecca? So she's singing this really cheesy, horrible letter.
Okay, she's not really singing, but, essentially that's the whole act of it. The show is musical as well. So it has musical elements.
So even though she's singing, she's really reading it.
She's really reading it, but has that musical element to it.
And I think that was the only musical, scene in the whole episode. What's it? There's two. Okay. So there's that one, and she's reading this letter, and it's really cheesy, but I thought it was cute, but of course, Josh being a boy, he's smirking and laughing and giggling and
he's like, how weird were you when you were 16? And she's like heartbroken. She's like, what? She thought this would bring back old feelings and,
yeah, a connection,
throwing her heart out to him, and he's laughing. He's like, how weird were you?
He just, you're such a weirdo. You're so
dramatic.
Yeah, dramatic. Kept saying that. And she's like, what?
He's like, continue reading because I need a good laugh. And she's like, no, I'm good. Like, it gets even dumber. I'm just done reading it. And he's like, all right.
And then she's like, we should probably take that selfie.
So they take their selfie, which is the cutest moment ever.
No. He's super cheesy happy, and she looks so sad, like she's about to cry.
But it was still a really good moment that she actually got her, selfie.
No, because he's breaking her heart. So
I didn't even look at her.
You did it? Oh my god, it's so sad. She's like literally like this.
And so they take the selfie, and it's awkward because it was supposed to be her, Cinderella moment.
And it was terrible.
And it was a fail because she was just, humiliated.
He's
and
happy.
heartbroken.
Yeah.
But he's still in a good chipper mood because he didn't take it
He
serious.
had no idea that he's breaking her heart. He's
Yeah.
like, oh my god, you're so funny.
He thinks that she's in good spirits too. Like she's thinking she's a nutso.
So they
Or was a
take,
nutso.
they take this picture and he's like, oh, happy, thumbs up, yay. And she just looks like crap. She's just like, she looks literally like somebody just like ran over her heart.
Which leads us
Her
to
spirit.
Which leads her to her mental breakdown at the cafeteria, and then she heads to the mess hall and breaks down, essentially in front of all those snarky little brats.
We'll just call them brats because we can't really say what they really were. But
Mess hall.
bunch of weird little teens.
There, these little girls are snarking at her, and that's the last thing she needs, honestly. And it was just all too much for her because none of them were taking her serious. Of her, her advice and being a counselor that she was.
And empowerment.
And they just thought she was a joke, and she just cried. And it was so sad to see, like, her break down like that, 'cause she's such a powerful, strong, willing person.
And lawyer.
And a good lawyer, and to see her break down like that in front of these little twerps was just,
Mhm.
like, really raw.
So the girls start feeling guilty, and they go up to her and give her a hug. And
They
basically...
basically, like, reassure her that guys are all jerks, da-da-da-da. A 16-year-old advice.
Yeah.
And so they give her a makeover and
Busts into a
a dance number,
Yeah.
musical number.
And then she has this makeover and cool makeup, cool hat, cool outfit, and who walks in?
Josh.
Josh walks in. And he basically wants to talk to her, and she's like, not right now when I have time. And he's like, okay, that's the first.
And then 2 seconds later, she's like, oh, I have time now.
Yeah, like, come on, Rebecca, just give him, like...
You'll be that
5 minutes.
desperate. But I
Yeah.
think that's the whole point of her character, is to be that desperate
Yeah.
little girl you feel bad for. But at the same time, you like, she's powerful and she's cool and everything. I don't know.
So they had their moment, finally.
At the
Finally.
campfire.
Yeah, the campfire. And what does Josh say?
Oh, and he's like, oh, I found your letter in the garbage. And I read it now. It was actually really good.
And I think he apologized
Yeah.
for laughing.
Yeah.
And he says, well, you've always supported me. And reading these words, no
Really-
one's ever told me any of this before. Everybody's no
yeah.
one's ever supported me.
He's basically like, thank you for, like, loving me that much back then. And, being his biggest cheerleader, because no one ever was like that before. Losing my voice.
And that even to this day, since she's moved in, she's helped him get a job. She's supported him. She likes his family. And he's just like, wow, like, his own girlfriend doesn't even treat him like that. His own girlfriend treats him like dirt and talks down to him. Thinks this is a waste of time. Thinks he's a joke, basically. So he just thanks her, and he
Kisses her on the cheek.
kisses her. And we basically died.
Heart. We had heart eyes, people.
We thought he was going to kiss her on the lip, but of course, he's in a relationship. He's not
That would be
kind of guy.
really shady of him to do that.
Yeah.
But he
So-
did the proper thing, I think.
And it was a long kiss on the cheek. It wasn't a little peck, okay? It was like a long kiss on the cheek, and I just heard music. I don't even think there was music.
I just saw hearts.
They should have had that song from the beginning, from the pilot. The
West Covina. That one.
No, the other one. You know when the angels were singing? They were like, oh.
We're getting off topic, people. We're gonna wrap this up because this is a 30
Okay, so they go back.
minute,
She goes back.
40 minute.
Wait, she goes back to work.
40 minutes. That's longer than the
She
show.
goes back to work. She tells Paula everything. And Paula, but she's not sure about what a kiss on the cheek means. So Paula says it either means nothing, like you're kissing your aunt, like a kiss from your aunt, or it means everything. And during this moment, Daryl comes up and says, wait, what does a kiss on the cheek mean? And she says, it could mean everything.
Yeah, Daryl was curious for his own
And when
sake.
he finds out that it could mean everything, his expression said it all.
He had heart eyes.
Yeah, he was happy. So
We'll
that's
see. We'll
like,
see.
what? So Greg and Hannah are together again. They got back together at the end of the show. Daryl and White Josh might have a thing for each other, and Josh Chan
And Rebecca Bloom.
and Rebecca Bloom had their first little romantic moment. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't remember what happened in the previews for next time.
I think that she's gonna text him by accident.
Oh yeah, the previews for next time. Not good, Rebecca.
And she's gonna end up in his apartment or
She-
something. We will see.
She's back to her desperate, crazy self. She sends out a text. What would you do if you sent out a text saying you love somebody and wasn't supposed to go to them?
I would be like, I would cover it up like, that's right, I love ya, because guess what, I don't know. I'll just cover it up like that. If it's to, like, a guy that you have a crush on and he has a girlfriend, I would cover it up right away.
Yeah. Just be like, love ya, buddy, what's going on? Let's hang out or something. Let me know when you're free.
We would talk more about that episode when it comes down to it. Right now, we went over our minutes, but we'll see you next time. I hope you guys like our show. Please
subscribe
and also follow us on other social media.
And comment.
And
wherever we end up posting this, like, tell us what you think.
Yeah, let us know, yo. I don't know what that was, but yeah. Catch you later!